Welcome Jim Elton from Stoke Travel, who describe themselves as party travel for open-minded individuals, running trips and camps at 23 of Europe's best festivals and parties, from La Tomatina, Oktoberfest, King's Day, Benicassim, through to the running of the Bulls. Jim, welcome to the Graduate Job Podcast.
Thank you for inviting me. I'm sitting here with Jamie. She's our head intern hirer, our job hirer. We're sitting here with Bloomy. We're sitting here with Elise. She's from the States. We're sitting here with Mullet. He's from the States as well. We're international at the moment.
We're everywhere.
And so we're willing to talk and we're willing to hear.
Excellent. Now that sounds good. So before we jump in and talk about the jobs available, could you tell us a little bit more about Stoke Travel and what your tours involve?
Stoke Travel started off as a little bit of a surf company with a couple of guys who just basically packed up a surfboard into a van and drove around Europe and made a bunch of mess behind them. And since then, we've grown very hugely. We're now like the absolute largest company that works in Oktoberfest. I think we're the only surf travel company in all of Europe. We set up festivals. We make our own fun. So every Stoke festival is a festival in itself. In that when you come, you generally get a tent already set up for you. All of your booze is provided. You get breakfast, you get dinner, you get guided, and then every night we have entertainment, we have DJs, we have plays, we have theatre, we have a fun house that we build ourselves. We build everything up ourselves.
And it does look amazing. And researching before the interview, I was getting very jealous. I've been to a few of the places you go to, but definitely not all of them, and it was certainly giving me wanderlust. So I know your staff are known as Stokies. What sort of jobs do you have available for people?
Well, it's Jamie here, not Jim anymore. We have a couple of jobs available throughout the summer. They do fill up pretty quickly. Like Jim said, we're a really big travel company and we have thousands of applications coming through weekly, but we have jobs
which is a bitch for you.
Yeah, very much so. We have jobs, everything from festival crew. We actually run products in 3 major cities, Ibiza, San Sebastian and Barcelona, where we hire events and promotional team. Then we have our full-timers and creative interns here in the office.
Excellent. And what sort of particular skills are you looking for from your staff?
Well, there's a lot of, basically anybody who's funny and creative and willing to wake up with a hangover. That's all we really need at Stoke Travel because as I say, the booze is provided everywhere. And so, we'll give you a day off if you're sick, but we will not give you a day off if you're hungover. So you need to be able to get out there, speak about yourself, speak about the place. The different types of jobs at the festivals, apart from what Jamie just said, which are the city-specific ones, are things like, setting up the tents, making sure that everyone's welcome and gets a beer on arrival, making sure that everyone is constantly entertained. We do radio shows. Make sure that everyone knows about the history of the place. We don't want to just be drunk dickheads. We also want to tell people where they are and what they're doing and give them a little bit of a language class. So
we need really creative people that can hold their own and that can handle their drink on top of everything.
That's the main thing, really, for sure.
So extroverts who can speak a foreign language, is that
No, you don't even need to speak a foreign language. As long as you can say thank you and please. That's all we ask.
Just manners.
Oh, that's good. The language skills of us Brits don't tend to be great.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. We'll teach you that.
So what would the average day look like working on a festival if you were working there?
Oh, it's all different. We've got about...
There is no such thing.
Yeah, there's an average day.
There is no average day at a festival.
There's about 8 different roles within a festival. You could be stuck on accounts, doing accounting, and doing the fun job of the festival, or then there's everything to handling the bar.
All the boring stuff, like running the bar and making sure that people do nudie runs and making sure that people do beer bongs.
We've got a famous Wheel of Fortune that comes on to each of our festivals. So there's someone rostered on to man a big wheel, and it's their job to make sure the wheel keeps spinning. People keep swapping their shirts, kissing each other, downing their drinks, and having a whole lot of fun and winning trips.
We're probably getting off track. I guess the actual day of the festival would say, okay, at 7 a.m. we play a song called War of the Worlds by Jeff Wayne. That wakes everybody up to get them up early, even if they're hungover. Then someone needs to be at the bar, and the breakfast will be served, which is generally bacon and eggs, but it can be anything. We change it up depending on where we are, but it's always a hot breakfast. Then you're going to be listening to a radio show that's performed live in front of you. Then you're going to move to the actual festival itself, which you'll be guided into, or if you are a guide, you'll be leading people in, telling them about what's going on. Then you're going to go to the festival, say, I don't know, 6 hours later, you come back, and then, or as a customer anyway, you come back and you handle the guru tent, which is selling our merchandise, or you go and work in the tentertainment, which is our theatre area, or you just pass out in your tent, or you go out and get cultural with and you get biblically knowledgeable with someone.
Yeah, it sounds good. I'm going to have to leave my job and come and join you. So how many days before and after the festival would people be required to be there?
Normally we start set up around 2 weeks before a festival. Because, as James was saying before, we create a festival outside a festival. So it's not just the accommodation, but we set up our own bar, our own kitchen, our own entertainment areas, our guru tents, and again, we hire carpenters, so it's all handmade. Every festival is different from the next.
And we move a container.
And we move,
so
a
we
20-foot container from each of our locations.
2,000 tents. So we have to set them up. So we have to build our own bar. We build the fun house. We build the theatre stage, the DJ stage.
So 2 weeks before and around 2 weeks after for pack down.
Okay. And would the Stokey be expected to stay the entire length of that period?
No, it's optional. You can either stay the entire length, which most people do, but then we do understand that some people can't take, I guess, a month out of their real job and their real life. So sometimes we do half stints. We just always make sure that they're there for setup or they're there for pack down, because I guess that's the hardest yards of it.
So at least one or the other.
Yeah, one or the other.
Yeah. But ideally, of course, and many people choose to be there for pack up, for setup, and then they stay for 3 weeks after that, because you meet the best friends of your life, and you have the time of your life, and you get to eat and drink and sleep for free, and it's the best way to keep your European adventure going.
I can imagine. And how many staff would you have working there?
Oh, it depends what festival. We've got our first festival coming up, which is Vino, and then Running of the Bulls straight after. So we have on our top night an average of around 70 staff, and then we head over to La Tomatina, where we have around 35 staff, and then after that we have Oktoberfest, which is our biggest festival, where we host around 2,000 people a night, and we have around 100 staff.
That's certainly a lot of people, so you're going to be busy doing lots of recruiting there.
Yeah, we've barely got time for you, James.
And thank you for your time now. And what does the application process look like if I was to apply?
So first step is, I guess, getting in contact with us. So it's either we get in contact with you by universities or school, or then some people contact us directly through email, word of mouth, or through our online job form. And from there, we pick the top applicants and go to send them a form. And from there, and once they send us a form, we pick the top from that, and then we have a Skype interview.
Okay. And what top tips would you give to make people's applications stand out and to get your attention?
Well, you've got to be funny, because one of the best things is, and one of the things that people remember about Stoke trips is that they meet the Stoke staff, and the Stoke staff are funny, knowledgeable, personable, and basically great to be around. So that needs to come out in your application. If we don't care if you send us a written application, or if you send us a questionnaire, or if you interview yourself, or whatever. We just want to know what skills you have. Some people out there they're not actors. Some people out there they're not accountants. But if you can be funny and you can be personable, that's all we need.
Yeah, that's what I found when I was sending my one through. I was thinking, God, have I really just misjudged this? Like, have I gone too far here? And then it was accepted, which was great. So
sure,
you can have a bit of fun with it. And
this is perhaps where Elise and Mullet can cue in, because they both applied and won the won the internship.
Yeah, I think the more creative you are, the better, because you're talking about standing out kind of in a crowd of millions of people that want to work for Stoke, and you get 2 minutes of fame and glory, or you just actually know someone.
So what did you do to make your applications creative and different?
Oh gosh, I invested a lot in a friendship with someone, brought him coffee and asked him how his day was, met his mom, and I was lucky that he actually had worked for Stoke for 2 summers, and he sent me along directly.
So that's the word of mouth way. What did you do?
Well, mine was through another company as well, Global Hobo, who work in partnership with Stoke, and they basically said they don't want any boring CVs, they don't want any kind of, everything that you've done in the past. They want to know what you will do and what you can contribute to Stoke. So I kind of just put forward,
a funny fucking application.
Basically, yeah. I said, I like to get drunk and I'm often hungover, but I will work through that, which seems to have gone down well. And I do occasionally work.
Many things go down well with you.
Exactly. And I just kind of tried to make it really funny. And then before I sent it off, I had a moment of doubt, and I was thinking, God, have I
totally ruined the future.
is this never going to work? And then I sent it through, and it did. So more is better, I think, and go for the funny comedy end.
Mullet used to be a customer and liked us so much that he applied for a job.
And do you have to have previously been on a Stoke trip to apply to work for yourself?
Most certainly not. No. In fact, we're emphasising the funny and the creative aspect because that's what we really like. But really, if you're a hard worker who can rock up hungover, then you can still be and you like meeting people. You can still be a receptionist. You don't have to be the funniest fucker in the world.
I think it's actually more if you're if you're good to work with, good to get along with.
Yeah.
You can kind of tell even through like the Skype interviews and stuff like that if you're going to be able to get along with.
Yeah.
The person.
You don't have to be the funniest fucker in the world.
Yeah.
I feel like we've put unnecessary pressure on people.
Yeah.
And do you still have roles available this summer for your trips?
Yes, we do have some roles available. Not too many. Like I said, we get thousands of applications in, but we're searching through the final applications, and we've got about, say, maybe around 10 to 20 for each festival left.
So listeners need to be quick and get in touch quickly with Stoke Travel to bag a spot this summer.
Most certainly.
And as I mentioned, I'm looking through the trips. I've been to a few. They all look brilliant. What is your favourite trip of the 23 that you do?
Well, I really like running with the bulls. Not necessarily because of the bull run, but because of the party that goes on the night before and the way that it rolls and the way that all of Pamplona just explodes for 8 days and just goes crazy. That's my favourite festival, and I like our setup. It's beautiful. We're just next to sort of the surf camp sort of thing, so we can go surfing. It's just I like being able to have all of those options at me.
The Bulls Festival is a really good one because it's not only running of the Bulls. We have offered at that one time. We also have BBK Music Festival running on in Bilbao.
Which Black Keys, Alt J.
Yeah, with a really good lineup. And then we do have our surf camp running. So all of our customers and staff get to choose. I guess they can surf, run with the Bulls, and go to a music festival within a couple of days.
Yeah.
Elise, what's your favourite festival?
I have to say I'm most excited about the wine fight. I think it just sounds like every little girl's dream to just douse a whole village in wine.
Every little girl's dream.
Yeah. Even grown-up girls' dreams. I can't wait.
I just can't wait to meet the 5-year-old who just wants to pour in wine.
Yep, you've met her, Jim.
I think I quite enjoy the San Sebastian surf camp. Just because, I'm terrible at surfing, but it doesn't matter, they take you out and they teach you, and I've actually gotten much better since from going there. But it's just such a relaxed, you can just chill out, and chilling out's my kind of thing. So it's a nice place to hang out for a few days.
Well, you've given all of the listeners certainly wanderlust for trips to go on this summer. So, guys, what's the best way to get in touch with Stoke Travel and to find out about the jobs on offer?
You need to either hit us up on our Facebook, which is obviously Stoke Travel on Facebook, or email jobs@stoketravel.com. Or
Excellent.
tweet
And all
at
the
us
links.
even. We don't care. Tweet us a funny thing and we'll go, yep, that's the person we want to hire. If you send us a funny Facebook message, or you look to be a good guy, why not? If you send a funny video at jobs@stoketravel.com and you are the funniest girl that we've ever seen, we'll hire you.
There you go, listeners. Get creative. Everyone, thank you very much for your time today. All the links and everything we discussed will be in the show notes, but thank you for your time and for being on the Graduate Job Podcast.
For listening.
Thank